大家好，欢迎来到文美集团美国升学直通车的直播现场。文美集团美国升学直通车是洛杉矶华人资讯网和文美教育集团联合制作播出的北美首档大型的网络直播教育节目。在我们的节目当中，你将会了解到最新最权威的教育资讯，还有升学的建议。无论是学生还是家长，有任何美国升学教育问题，都可以给我们留言，我们的嘉宾会解答大家的问题。文美集团是美国著名的大学申请及规划辅导机构，20年规划经验，全网200万加粉丝关注万博士教育讲座。在美国洛杉矶、纽约、芝加哥等12个城市设有服务中心，为广大华人子女提供教育服务。文美集团专注于12年级名校申请及6到11年级大学提早规划服务，教育学博士加常春藤名校面试官顾问团队，中美双顾问模式，为6到12年级学生提供最好、最全方位的大学规划服务。欢迎大家扫码关注文美官方微信公众号，若和文美的客服互动，请添加微信号文美集团的全拼音。文美的咨询热线是18887890942。好的，下面我们有请文美集团的美籍顾问康奈尔大学的面试官 Mr. 皮尔先生为大家分享美国大学申请小文书的写作技巧。
Hi, this is Pierre for WenMe. Today's topic is going to be called Understanding Supplemental Essays. We're going to be talking about a comprehensive guide for college admissions in context of the essays. So one thing I'd like to say before we start is basically, you have the personal essay, for example, for a Common App, which is 1 prompt out of 7, between 250 to 650 words. Then you have the UC essays. There's 8 prompts, you have to do 4, and the length requirement there is between 250 to 350 words. But the more competitive schools, or simply sometimes schools want to see more information about you, like more of your writing and things like that. Those are called the supplemental essays, and those will be particular to the school. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Supplemental essays are a crucial aspect of the college admissions process, particularly for highly selective institutions such as Harvard and Stanford. These essays offer applicants the opportunity to present aspects of their personality, interests, and experiences that are not covered in the main application. As an admissions counselor for WenMe, it's essential to provide students with a thorough understanding of supplemental essays, including how to find and submit them, strategies for writing compelling responses, and examples of successful essays. So we're going to begin by doing an overview of supplemental essays. What are supplemental essays? Supplemental essays are additional writing prompts required by many colleges, especially selective ones. These essays differ from the main personal statement in that they are typically shorter and more focused on specific aspects of the applicant's profile or interests. The prompts for supplemental essays vary from school to school, with some asking about a student's interest in the school itself, while others delve into specific personal experiences, values, or intellectual pursuits. Purpose of supplemental essays. The primary purpose of supplemental essays is to provide admissions committees with a deeper understanding of an applicant's fit for the institution. Unlike the general personal statement, which is broad and often reused across multiple applications, supplemental essays are tailored to the specific school and are designed to assess fit and alignment, how well the student's goals, interests, and values align with the college's mission, programs, and culture, depth and specificity, the student's ability to provide thoughtful and specific responses that go beyond generic statements, and writing ability, the student's capacity to articulate ideas clearly and creatively, as well as effectively. So next, how to find and submit supplemental essays. So a lot of people think that the supplemental essays, for instance, will be part of the Common App, but they're actually not going to be part of the Common App for the most part. Supplemental essay prompts are usually available on the college's admissions website, within application portals like the Common App or Coalition application, or through specific application systems unique to some universities. So that's what I was talking about. Like, for the most part, there are going to be things that you do through the Common App, but there are going to be other things that need to be done through the school portal. So for example, let's say Cornell University, you're going to create an account, you're going to keep track of your materials that are particular to Cornell, for example, supplemental essays. You're also going to keep track of your CSS profile submission, FAFSA information, checklists for Common App, for instance, and also that's where you're going to see your decisions. You're going to find out if you got in or not on usually the school portals. So college admissions websites. Many colleges publish their supplemental essay prompts on their admissions pages well before the application cycle begins. We actually looked at the prompts for Cornell this year in an earlier meeting that I had with a student. This allows students to draft their responses early, so that's one thing. Application portals. Once the student adds a college to the list of platforms like the Common App, the supplemental essay prompts for that school will become accessible under writing or question sections. So that's also another possibility. Admissions events and webinars. Colleges often host informational sessions where they discuss their application requirements, including supplemental essays. Attending these events can provide insights into what the school is looking for in these essays. So that's another thing that would be helpful. Submitting supplemental essays. Students typically submit their supplemental essays through the same application platform used for the main application. Key considerations include word limits. Each prompt has a specific word limit which must be adhered to. Exceeding the word count can result in the essay being truncated or negatively impacting the application's evaluation. Submission timing. It's important to submit essays well before the deadline to avoid technical issues or last-minute stress. Early submission also allows time for reviewing or making any necessary revisions. Review and proofreading. Before submission, students should thoroughly proofread their essays, ideally seeking feedback from teachers, counselors, or peers. A well-polished essay demonstrates attention to detail and a commitment to excellence. Strategies for writing compelling supplemental essays. Thoroughly understanding the prompt. So each supplemental essay prompt is crafted within a specific purpose in mind. Students must carefully analyze the prompt to understand what the college is asking for and why. For example, a prompt that asks, "What do you want to attend this school?" requires more than a generic response. The student needs to demonstrate a deep understanding of the school's unique offerings, whether it's specific academic programs, faculty, research opportunities, or extracurricular activities. Number 2, be specific, personal, and authentic. So authenticity is the key to writing a successful supplemental essay. Admissions officers can easily detect when a student is trying to tell them what they think they want to hear rather than being genuine. Students should focus on their own experiences, thoughts, and aspirations. Personal anecdotes and specific examples help to create a narrative that is both relatable and memorable. Number 3, conduct in-depth research on the school. To write a compelling essay, students must conduct thorough research on the school. This includes understanding the school's academic programs, extracurricular opportunities, campus culture, and overall mission. For instance, if a student is applying to a school known for its strong engineering program, they should mention specific labs, professors, or projects that align within their interests and goals. So I did that for Cornell, for instance, when they talked about if you got into Cornell, how would you take advantage of the resources here to do the work that you want to do? And I mentioned, at that time I was into astrophysics, and I mentioned making use of the observatory because there's an observatory on campus to make observations, of like stellar objects and stuff like that. Number 4, highlight fit and contribution. In their essays, students should articulate not only why they're a good fit for the school, but also how they will contribute to the campus community. This involves demonstrating how their unique skills, experiences, and perspectives will enrich the college environment. For example, a student who has led sustainability initiatives in high school might discuss how they plan to continue this work through specific student organizations or research opportunities at the college. Number 5, revise and refine multiple times. Good writing is the product of multiple revisions. Students should expect to draft, revise, and refine their essays several times. Each draft should improve clarity, coherence, and impact. It's also essential to ensure that every sentence serves a purpose and contributes to the overall narrative. Peer reviews and feedback from mentors can be invaluable during this process. So the idea is that you have to do very focused writing because the word limits are usually very short. So you need to make every sentence, every word count. So that's basically what the last point was saying. Okay, now we're going to move on to case studies, successful supplemental essays. So case study 1 is Harvard University supplemental essay. The prompt is, Harvard has long recognized the importance of student agency in the learning process. Describe an intellectual experience either directly related to your schoolwork or not that has been meaningful to you. Student response. A student from California wrote about their experience participating in a summer research program focused on artificial intelligence. The student explained in a detailed manner how they developed a machine learning model to predict outcomes in complex systems such as traffic flow in urban areas. They described the challenges they faced in coding and data analysis, the satisfaction of solving complex problems, and how this experience solidified their passion for AI and computer science. The analysis here is that this essay was successful because it showcased the students' intellectual curiosity, problem-solving skills, and passion for a field directly relevant to their intended major. The student provided specific details about their project, illustrating their ability to engage in advanced research. Furthermore, the essay aligned well with Harvard's emphasis on intellectual vitality and student agency, demonstrating that the student was not only capable of independent work, but also eager to contribute to the academic community at Harvard. Case study number 2, Stanford University supplemental essay. Here the prompt is, what matters to you and why? The student response. A student from New York wrote about the importance of empathy in their life. Growing up in a multicultural neighborhood, they often witnessed the struggles of newly arrived immigrants. This inspired them to volunteer at a local community center where they taught English and helped families navigate the challenges of settling in a new country. The student discussed how this experience taught them the value of empathy, the importance of community support, and how these lessons shaped their worldview. So the analysis here is that this essay stood out because it was deeply personal and reflected the students' commitment to social justice and community service. Their narrative was authentic and conveyed the students' passion for helping others. By focusing on empathy, a value that resonates strongly with Stanford's mission, the student demonstrated their alignment with the university's commitment to service and leadership. The essay also highlighted the students' potential and potential to contribute meaningfully to the Stanford community through their unique experiences and perspectives. So in
感谢皮埃尔先生的分享。如果有任何问题，大家还是可以继续来咨询文美集团。文美集团是美国著名的大学申请及规划辅导机构，20年规划经验，全网200万加粉丝关注万博士教育讲座，在美国洛杉矶、纽约、芝加哥等12个城市设有服务中心，为广大华人子女提供教育服务。文美集团专注于12年级名校申请及6到11年级大学提早规划服务，教育学博士加常春藤名校面试官顾问团队，中美双顾问模式，为6到12年级学生提供最好、最全方位的大学规划服务。欢迎大家扫码关注文美官方微信公众号。若和文美的客服互动，请添加微信号文美集团的全拼音。文美的咨询热线是1888-789-0942。感谢您收看我们今天的节目，我们下期见。